You know what? I'm gonna start this entire video with a warning, and I'm serious, bro. If you're a Ford, Chevy, or maybe even a German car executive, you need to click away right now, because what you're about to see is gonna give you a headache. The 2026 BYD YangWang U8L is officially the moment I stopped being able to just kinda sorta playfully roast Chinese cars and had to sit back, cross my arms, and say, okay, fine, you win. This thing isn't just an SUV, it's a wake-up call to the entire Western auto industry, and I'm not even exaggerating, because the single craziest, most offensive fact about this car is that it has a dedicated emergency flotation mode. That's right, if you somehow manage to drive this 2.5-ton behemoth into a body of water, it seals up, fires up the quad motors, and floats, giving you enough time to get rescued. I'm sorry, what? My truck barely lets me splash through a puddle without throwing a check engine light, and this thing is pulling a James Bond submarine trick? We're 30 seconds into the video and I'm already shaking my head. Don't blink, because that's just the appetizer. All right, let's walk up to this monster, the U8L. The L stands for long, which is an understatement because this thing is massive. At $180,000, they are not subtle about what they're trying to challenge. It's like a Rolls-Royce Cullinan had a baby with a futuristic military vehicle, and that baby joined a gym and got yoked. Look at the front fascia, man. It's absolutely biblical. The design language here is called the Gate of Time and Space, which sounds like some kind of bad sci-fi movie, but honestly, it kind of fits. Those matrix LED headlights are sculpted deep into the armor-plated looking front end, and the way the daytime running lights, the DRLs, trace out this intricate, almost jewelry-like pattern, it's just obnoxious. Not obnoxious in a bad way, but like, bro, why is your headlight smarter than my entire dashboard? The grille, or lack thereof, is mostly closed for aero because it's a hybrid EV, but the entire section is faceted like a giant diamond shield. You see those subtle lights embedded in the dark portion? That's the brand badge lighting up. And on the Dingxi edition, there are 3 tiny 24K pure gold emblems. Let me repeat that. Real gold on the front of a Chinese SUV. When I talk about being low-key jealous, this is what I mean. I'm driving around with plastic badges and they've got bullion. But the next part actually shocked me. See that little dome on the roof and those black rectangular cutouts near the bottom of the windshield? That's the God's Eye A ADAS suite. It's packing 3 LiDARs, 5mm wave radars, and a boatload of cameras. 3 LiDARs. That's level 3 autonomy hardware built in. My American car has a camera that can barely tell the difference between a stop sign and a pizza box, and this thing is already running a small AI government. Okay, now I'm officially offended we don't get this in the US. It feels illegal to be this advanced. Moving along the sides, you start to appreciate the sheer scale of the U8L. The wheelbase alone is a whopping 3,250 millimeters, which is longer than some full-size pickup trucks we have, and that's because they stretched the standard U8 by a good 7 inches to make this a true executive cruiser. It has this incredible high belt line and an almost completely vertical profile, which gives it that classic Range Rover or G-Wagon authority, but then they hit you with the futuristic stuff. Peep the wheels, 23-inch forged alloy wheels, 8-hole design, and the center caps float, meaning the YangWang logo is always upright even when the wheel is spinning. It's a trick a lot of ultra-luxury brands use, but seeing it here just makes you realize how serious BYD is about the premium aspect. The body lines are sharp, muscular, and clean, no random swoopy nonsense here. It's all about purposeful, tough sculpting. And look at the door handles. They're flush-mounted pop-out handles, of course, because drag is the enemy, even on a truck this big. But here's a tiny, beautiful detail: the glass. It's privacy glass, naturally, but it also has intelligent privacy windows that can adjust the shade based on the environmental lighting conditions. It's like sunglasses for your windows, and I guarantee you if my best friend saw that on my hypothetical U8L, he'd throw his cheap sunglasses in the backseat and complain for an hour. Don't forget, there was one feature in this car that no US brand would ever dare to try. I'll show you exactly how crazy that gets when we get to the zero-gravity seats. Remember that. Now, let's check out the rear where the U8L continues its dramatic design thesis. The stance is wide, imposing, and looks like it could cross a desert without breaking a sweat. The taillights are another piece of time and space jewelry. They're split units with a light bar that runs across the entire tailgate, and the illumination sequence when you hit the brakes or turn signal is almost a choreographed show. It's beautiful, it's dramatic, and it makes my domestic SUV's taillights look like two little red stickers. The tailgate is a clamshell-style power-operated unit, and mounted right on the back is the signature spare wheel housing, which has a cool, almost tactical look to it. Down low, you have a massive, chunky rear bumper and diffuser element that just screams, yeah, I can go off-road, but I'm doing it in a tuxedo. There are so many sensors back here, it's hard to count them all. More radars, more ultrasonic sensors, and the backup camera placement is subtle and tucked away. Why do Chinese cars look this premium while ours often look like rental cars with a body kit slapped on? It's pure envy, I'm telling you. The exterior is a bold, confident statement, and a microhook is coming up. All this dramatic styling is actually there for a reason, specifically one that lets this car charge faster than my iPad. Okay, let's talk pure, hilarious, stupid power. This is the part where the old guard really starts to sweat. The U8L is an ERV, or Extended Range Electric Vehicle. It's a hybrid, but not the weak little thing you're thinking. It uses a 2.0-liter turbocharged gas engine, a good, reliable four-cylinder, but that engine never directly drives the wheels. It's a pure generator. The propulsion comes entirely from the 4 electric motors, one at each wheel, part of BYD's E4 Yisafang platform. And get this, the combined output is 1,180 horsepower and 15.20 newton meters of torque. That's around 1,120 pound-feet of torque. Bro, a nearly 3.6-ton luxury SUV is making over 1,100 horsepower. That is utterly ridiculous. It means this giant box on wheels can haul itself from 0 to 62 miles per hour, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, in a blistering 3.5 seconds. A 3.5-second SUV that can also float on water? What is happening right now? The battery is BYD's Blade battery, a 55.53 kWh pack. The pure electric range is about 124 miles, 200 kilometers on the CLTC cycle, which is great for daily driving. But the real party trick is the total range. With the 90-liter fuel tank acting as a range extender, the combined range is an epic 721 miles, 1,160 kilometers. Range anxiety? What's that? This thing charges faster than my phone. It can go from 30% to 80% charge in a stunning 13.5 minutes on a DC fast charger because of its thermal management and sophisticated architecture. The engineering alone is enough to make a German engineer spontaneously combust with jealousy. Now let's get into the part that genuinely makes this less of a car and more of a personal bodyguard, the safety features. I mentioned the emergency flotation, which is a mind blower, but the structural integrity is just nuts. To prove the point, BYD staged a test where they dropped a 2-ton tree onto the roof of the U8L 3 separate times, and the car's A and B pillars maintained their structure and the door still opened. This car practically refuses to let you crash, and if you do crash, it refuses to let the crash compromise your survival space. You've got 14 airbags scattered everywhere, which is a good baseline, but it's the ADAS suite that's the real star. The God's Eye A system I talked about on the exterior is a full Level 3 capable setup. Adaptive cruise control, lane keep, collision avoidance, and auto emergency braking are all standard, of course. But you also get a tire blowout stability control, which keeps the vehicle stable even if you blow a tire at high speeds, and an infrared vision system that can detect dynamic objects up to 120 meters away in the dark or fog. It's basically thermal night vision. I've watched videos of this thing driving itself down a highway in dense fog while the driver's just chillin', and it's a terrifying, beautiful vision of the future that our American regulatory bodies will probably keep from us for another decade. All right, guys, let's talk about the interior, because if the outside was a flex, the inside is a whole opulent monologue. This is the U8L, the long version, which means it gets the executive 6-seat layout, 2-2-2. We need to cover the practicality first. At 17.7 feet long, the space is just colossal. You could fit a week of Costco regrets in here. Seriously, the trunk volume is a massive 1,115 liters. You could pack for a 2-week road trip and still have room for a small dog. With the seats down, you could probably move a college dorm room. Legroom in the front is presidential naturally, but the second row is where the magic happens. Maximum knee room can be up to 280 millimeters, and that brings us back to the curiosity loop I dropped earlier. Remember what I said about the seats? You're not ready for what they hid in here. Welcome to the second row. These are the executive zero-gravity captain's chairs, and let me tell you, calling them seats is an insult. They are thrones. We're talking 18-point massage functions, ventilation, heating, leg rests, and individual smart armrest screens that control the entire climate and entertainment system. They literally recline into a zero-gravity position. They even have audio headrests, so you can listen to music or a podcast without disturbing the person next to you. And that massive roof is a 1.7 square meter panoramic sunroof, letting in all the light. But the most insane, low-key flex on your friend's feature is the refrigerator or cooler box between the two seats. It can heat and cool. Imagine being stuck in traffic and pulling out a perfectly chilled soda, or if it's winter, a perfectly warm cup of coffee. Bro, Ford could never. They're still trying to figure out how to put a USB-C port in the back that doesn't look like an afterthought. Up front, the cockpit is just a dazzling array of screens because, of course it is. You have a 12.8-inch curved OLED central control screen, a wide 23.6-inch instrument panel, and a co-pilot multimedia screen. 3 massive displays, plus an augmented reality head-up display. This is not just showing your speed, it's overlaying navigation arrows onto the real-world view in front of you. It's like a video game, but it's your life. The entire system is powered by BYD's D-Link 300 system running on a cutting-edge 3nm cockpit chip. That's a processing chip usually found in flagship smartphones, not in your everyday car. The quality of materials is just insane, man. Premium leather upholstery everywhere, beautiful stitching, and even crystal-like control knobs. The sound system? It's a 32-speaker Dynaudio system. 32 speakers. This isn't a car, it's a concert hall you can drive through a river. And you know how you hate fighting over charging cables? Good news, there are 13 power and USB ports scattered throughout the interior. I mean, they thought of everything. Listen, I'm not exaggerating, this is wild. The attention to detail is what gets me. The cabin noise level is kept below 65 decibels, even at 75 miles per hour. That's library quiet. You have a ceiling-mounted entertainment screen for the third row, making it a true 6-seat luxury experience. They took everything we love about our big, comfortable American SUVs, injected it with the kind of tech that makes Elon Musk blush, and then wrapped it in pure, unadulterated opulence. You think you're in a luxury SUV that costs 3 times the price of a standard American truck, but hold on, we haven't even talked about the number that's going to make you spill your coffee. This is the biggest pattern interrupt in the whole video, and I've been holding on to it. Okay, are you ready for this? Take a guess. This is an 1180 horsepower quad motor, 3 LiDAR, floating, zero-gravity, 32-speaker, 2-ton, tree-surviving executive luxury SUV. In the US market, you'd easily be looking at a starting price of $300,000, probably closer to $400,000 for a Range Rover or Mercedes Maybach equivalent, with fewer features. Remember, the U8L has real 24K gold trim. You'd think the price for all this high-tech, mind-blowing, over-engineered goodness would be astronomical, right? It's not. The price in China for this insane Dingxi edition, which is the fully loaded version, is 1.28 million yuan. That converts to approximately $180,000 US. That's it. That is the price. A fully loaded 1180 horsepower floating luxury tank is priced competitively with a high-spec G-Wagon or a fully loaded domestic EV truck. A truck that can't even do a tank turn, which, by the way, this U8L also can, spinning 360 degrees in place thanks to the quad motor system. This is the price. And yes, America would riot if this came here at that price point. It would break the luxury and performance market overnight, and that, my friends, is why we probably will never see it officially imported by BYD. So what do you think? After seeing the tank turn capability, the emergency flotation mode, the 1180 horsepower, the zero-gravity seats, the 3nm chip, and the $180,000 price tag, here's the final question. Would you pick this, the 2026 BYD YangWang U8L, or would you stick with a comparable full-size top-tier domestic luxury SUV? Think about your family, think about your wallet, and think about the sheer, unadulterated flex of having the car that can float away from a flood. This isn't just an option, this is a paradigm shift. It's unbelievable. The Chinese auto industry is operating on a different timeline than the rest of the world, and this U8L is the proof. It's fun, it's dramatic, it's hilarious, and it's shockingly good. Future family car or future flop? Drop your thoughts below. I want to know if I'm the only one who's completely jealous right now. Smash that subscribe button, hit like if this video shocked you as much as it shocked me, and buckle up because next time, we're checking out another Chinese car that might just embarrass the entire industry. Catch you in the next one.